The relationship between a Spartan and their AI companion is a pillar of Halo and should play a much bigger role in the game. Reach's whole plot is about bringing Cortana to Chief, a mission where all the Spartans give their life. The original trilogy is about Cortana looking up fun facts, opening doors, operating elevators, and just generally being cool and supportive. And even ODST has this ever-present AI system throughout the city that helps you out. Uh, in Infinite, at least one of the AIs pays homage to Cortana's Halo 3 opening monologue when you get a kill saying something like, "Yep, that's why I chose you." And I think this type of stuff is cool, fun, and lore accurate, and should be more prominent in Halo matchmaking. Flood, Infection, Rampancy, Covenant, and Brute cultivated AIs are still more layers that can be draped over the AI Spartan relationship, and there's a lot of untapped potential there, I feel. A player's personal AI could be giving cues to weapon and power up timings, congratulating on skills, supportive in death or loss, with teasing, ribbing, um, and making comments based on a player's overall and match stats, even, during the game and especially after the game. Jeff Stetzer will always be a part of Halo. His voice is iconic, obviously, but I think the AI can start to shoulder the weight of the announcer moving forward, and at least give the player the option to choose one or the other or the combination. As it stands now, Infinite has a lot of voices, in my opinion, from Stetzer to your AI to Spartan Chatter, and even Commander Lorette Agrina. I feel like this can be condensed. The Spartan Chatter, for example, calls out enemy locations sometimes, and I feel like that type of thing can be relegated to social playlists if the player chooses to use it at all. And in playlists like Ranked, Spartan Chatter, in my opinion, should just be the literal communication of the human players themselves. And other voices like Commander Agrina can be removed altogether. I think it would have been cool to see what 343 had planned, and I think they did had plans for her, but I feel like what went down. We never got to see that, and that's just kind of history now. But I feel like in this way, some fat can be cleaved, and the experience more streamlined, and AI more prominent, as well as more variations in AI voices and personalities. There should be further customization options uh, with the AI. So, like a whole body, similar to how you customize your Spartan armor, the the AI's body could be built too. Um, and within these categories, they could be, as I mentioned earlier, flood infected, experiencing rampancy, and in regards to this, perhaps there's a slider that could be toggled by the player. So are they a new, fresh, healthy AI, or are they at the end of their lifespan and full blown rampant? Um, and another addition to the AI could just be a flat out flood infected AI. This AI has been um, it's full blown flood now, and you're using it. But and when you get multi kills, for example, it's making a squidgy noise. It's making weird flood noises when it's excited. The StarCraft Overlord comes to mind. And the AI is another place where the fun and silly aspect of Halo can be showcased through dialogue. I think Halo in general has a serious tone, but um, picture at the end of a match you just won, your Spartan has their hand outstretched, the brute AI is on the palm, and it says something like, "You might not know by looking at him, but Atriox could get low." Something like this, right? And it's like throwing its butt, it's twerking or something. I don't know. Um, and The victory screen is a great place where your AI's physical appearance, what you've customized, um, your things you've unlocked through achievements, time played, uh, what you bought in the shop. For instance, these could be showcased there, um, and it could do all types of stuff. So maybe you just want, instead of the whole brute's body dancing, it's just the head of the AI, and it you know covers its mouth laughing at the enemy, at the losing team, face palms, turns into Craig, um, and lots of things. It dances, like I said, punching the air, either looking like a skilled martial artist or some untrained person just imitating what they've seen in kung fu movies and being silly in that way. Or levitating, floating up above your hand with their eyes rolled back, and, like it's ascending. Cool things like that. And then going further, perhaps have it turn into a gravity hammer, and the face of your AI is like the head of the hammer, and like a Looney Tunes Acme hammer. Um, Another example of this could be uh, a tea kettle being held by a Spartan, and the other three Spartans in the squad have their teacups out, and there's the face of the AI. The AI is the tea kettle, is the teacup, you know. And think Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast and Chip, and the Tea Party. Uh, you get what I'm getting at with that. Um, Maybe you're a more serious player, and your AI doesn't do something silly, but more serious. They're moving. There's Matrix style numbers coming down, or what they're working hard, or they're mimicking your Spartan pose, all types of stuff. And it's another place where uh, pop culture memes and trends can be showcased and connect the game to its moment in time. I also think that AI should be on screen when you're out of play, when you're not in matchmaking, when you're sitting idle waiting for a friend to join you, when you're going through menus. AI can be present on the screen somehow, either like in their whole body, or they're rippling across the screen, infected effects, different things like this. Because Halo is also like a spectator sport now, right? And when you're streaming on Twitch, for example, it makes it more dynamic to the people who are watching from their home and waiting for you to find a match. One of and another thing too is I do like the armor effects that Halo Infinite provides to the player, and I feel like to ground some of these, like the flowers on the shoulder, for example, the Halo ring above the head. That could be the AI expressing itself, right? That could be the lore component. That this is just your AI having fun. It's the pocket square in the formal wear of the Molnar armor, for example. It's where you have some fun and express yourself um, in a more whimsical way. And then lastly, about how AI can play a bigger role, and I think should, is in some maps you use your AI, like Master Chief and Cortana work together, like I mentioned earlier, to open doors, access elevators, etc. And if you picture when the match starts, something that happens now is your squad moves to get rockets off atop mid, and you fight for those. And that's classic. That should remain. But now perhaps you also have the option to go off to one end of the map, and there's a terminal there to access a door, to create a Promethean stairway that comes out of the wall, something like this. And you plug your AI in. And now your Spartan is vulnerable because you're controlling the AI in this Forerunner network, whatever that might look like, and there's a mini game to get this door open, and so now your Spartan you have control of again, can move in and get this ancient powerful weapon or something like this. And if a player on the enemy team has the same idea and they access a terminal from their side of the map, now the two AIs meet and there's a AI 1v1 that goes out. And that doesn't necessarily have to be FPS based. That could be anything. And your customized AI and their customized AI goes at it, and the victor is able to access the room, the the staircase, the elevator, what have you, sooner. And I feel like this brings a big thing from the campaign with Cortana being this guide um, and navigator into matchmaking, and it becomes a fun thing where and adds to the gameplay loop. Where do you want to go to the rockets with your team, or do you want to risk going to the terminal by yourself or with someone to cover you while you access the terminal, the network, the map. And these are just a few things I can think of to make AI more pronounced in the Halo gameplay experience. Thanks for listening.